Welcome to Football with Cheez. So in this video, we continue our series of doing 32 teams in 32 days, where we're going to be very optimistic. We're going to be positive and hype your team and tell you all the things that could go right. And this video is all about the Las Vegas Raiders. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notification so you never miss one of my videos. I do cover all 32 teams on this channel. So the Raiders are not going to win the Super Bowl this year. Let's just get it out of the way. They're not going to contend, but they should be better, finally. And even though the division's tough and there's a good chance they'll finish last again, I think the future is bright. They're on the right track. They got a new head coach in Klint Kubiak. I love that hire. And they had the #1 pick and got their future franchise quarterback in Fernando Mendoza. So for the first time in a while, I think Raiders fans have hope. So let's get right into it. The most improved part of this team is the offense. The offensive line didn't run block at all last year. It was not good, but they got Tyler Linderbaum in free agency, one of the best centers in the NFL. Really good move, especially when you're going to have a rookie quarterback that probably plays at least half the season, maybe more. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in sometime in October and takes over for Kirk Cousins, depending how the season starts. And Jackson Powers-Johnson, God, I loved him in college at Oregon. He's bound to have a breakout season at right guard. You still have Colton Miller. DJ Glaze is okay. I guess Spencer Buford's going to start at left guard. I love the Trey Zune pick in the 3rd round. I would have just put him at left guard and let him start there and then maybe back up at center. But apparently on the depth chart, at least it lists him as the backup right tackle. So who knows? Maybe he will be your future right tackle. But for sure, this offensive line is better than last year. And a lot of people were knocking Ashton Jeanty for not having a better rookie season, but I still believe in him. I saw him at Boise State dominate Oregon, who had one of the best defenses in the country. This guy is good. He just needs better run blocking. And I'll say this, Saquon Barkley had some rough years in New York when he didn't get a lot of run blocking. We know how good Saquon Barkley is. And Josh Jacobs, the year before he signed with Green Bay in free agency, he averaged under 4 yards a carry because, once again, the Raiders did not block for him. So I'm not worried about Ashton Jeanty at all. I mentioned Fernando Mendoza, no-brainer #1 overall pick. He is very likely not going to bust. You never know with quarterbacks, but just his makeup, his intangibles, work ethic, very likely he is the guy. And in the draft, they got Mike Washington Jr. in the 4th round. We saw what he can do already in the preseason. I thought he had a chance to sneak into the 2nd round. I think I might have mocked him to the Jaguars late 2nd round. And the Raiders get him in the 4th round. Love that pick. Wide receiver, well, it's not one of the best groups in the NFL. That's okay. They got some good young players like Malik Benson, who they got in the draft this year. Steal in the 6th round, in my opinion. Jack Best, Jonte Thornton Jr. They'll probably add a veteran next year in free agency and maybe draft a receiver high. But you have Brock Bowers, one of the best tight ends in the NFL. He's healthy. He should have a monster year, catch over 100 balls. So it's almost impossible for the offense not to be a lot better. Now on defense, let's talk about Max Crosby. Why I like that trade to Baltimore that they basically canceled. I think they canceled that trade on purpose, not because he failed a physical. And I will link my video about that at the end. I did an instant reaction after that happened. But the reason I like the trade for Crosby is trade him in his prime when you can get the most for him. Same thing with Dexter Lawrence with the Giants, Quinnen Williams with the Jets. Trade him when you can get a lot of draft capital when they're in their prime. Because by the time the Raiders are a contender, Crosby might not be the same player he is now. And with that 14th overall pick that they would have gotten with Baltimore, I thought they were going to draft Vanga Ioane, plug and play left guard. That would have been amazing for the Raiders. Would have hurt the defense losing Crosby, no doubt about it. He's an incredible player. But it would have helped out the offense of Fernando Mendoza. And they would have had an extra pick next year, which they could maybe have used to move up in the draft and get Jeremiah Smith, just maybe. So it's kind of a mixed bag. You still have Max Crosby, which is great because he is a terror off the edge. But it would have been cool to see what they got from those draft picks. I mentioned how much I like the draft. They really improved the defense with some of their picks. They got Traden Stukes in the 2nd round. He's a better. A lot of people realize he can play corner and safety. Jermon McCoy, top 15 talent. because of the knee injury, he fell to the 4th round. He may never be able to play football at a high level. But you know what? He's worth a 4th round pick. If he doesn't make it at all, so what? You've only wasted a 4th round pick, and you have a top 15 talent. He was the 2nd best corner on my rankings in this draft behind Mansour Delane, and got Kieran Crawford in the 3rd round. That was a really good value. I'm thinking that the pass rush is definitely the strength of this defense, and they signed Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker in free agency to play linebacker. I like the Dean signing a lot more than Walker. He really isn't very good. Very talented, big and athletic. He's just never been a very good player in Green Bay. But you know what's funny is he played next to Nakobe Dean at Georgia. So maybe they have some chemistry there. So they had to add bodies to the defense, no doubt about it. It got destroyed last year. So on offense and on defense, they've added a lot of young talent. You've got one of the most sought-after head coaches in the NFL. He is an unbelievable offensive mind. Just look at the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl last year. And you got your franchise quarterback. Things are looking up. They're still at least a year away, I think, from contending to the playoffs. And that's okay. Like I said, the other 3 teams in the division are pretty good. They could all make the playoffs. And to end the video, I will say this. If you pick in the top 10, maybe even top 5, one more time, that's okay. Because you're not going to contend next year. So maybe you get Jeremiah Smith, one of the best college receivers I have ever seen. So maybe you get him in the draft next year. So Raiders fans, let me know in the comments down below. Do you have hope? Are you excited for this team? If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. Helps out the channel, and share this with anyone who loves football. Once again, I cover all 32 teams on this channel. Lights Out Podcast is Tuesday nights, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you do not miss it. Check out these videos on the screen if you have not. And I'll see you in the next video.